Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, I am going to show you how to create SQLite database in Android Studio using Kotlin. First, create a new project and select project type empty views activity and click on next and give the project name here and set the package name and set the save location and select language Kotlin and click on finish. Now open the activity main XML and add some buttons here. So I have added one banner image and a button create SQLite database and one more button insert data and edit and update data and delete data. Now open the build Gradle and enable view binding. And sync the project. Click on sync now. Now go to the main activity and add a view binding variables. So private, let init var, binding, activity main binding. Binding is equal activity main binding dot inflate layout inflator. And set the content view. Replace this binding dot root. Now create a function here. First add a variables for database. So create a variables private where dv SQLite database is equal null. Private my file and set the type files. Is equal null. Now create a function here. Create database. And pass a toast message here. Now create a folder in document directory, database folder. So create a variable val folder is equal file and select here get external file directory and pass here environment dot and select directory documents dot to string and add here directory name database and check here if folder is already exist or not. So pass here if condition if folder dot exist. If folder not exists, then folder dot make files. So make directory and my files is equal file and pass here root for file folder directory for files and name of the your database. So in my case I am keeping my DB database name. SQLite database name is my DB. Now create database file. So DB is equal and pass the command SQLite database dot open or create database and pass here database name. So my files dot absolute path and pass here null and null. And this is the command for create or open SQLite database. SQLite database dot open or create database and pass here file name Now store this database file path in a class for further use. So create a class here, right click here, create a Kotlin class and give the class name connection class and create a companion object here. My files. Now go to the main activity and store this my files in this connection class my files object. So connection class dot my files is equal my file. Now call this create database functions in on create. So call here create database. Now add a function for create tables of the database. So create a function here, private fun create database. Now add a variables create tables is equal create tables if not exist, and this is table name student and first column is student ID and data type integer, primary key and auto increment. Another column is student name and data type is text and student address, student class, data type text, student age, data type integer, and student photo and data type blob. Now add another table and create table is equal create table if not exist. This is table name class is the table name, and class id data type integer primary auto increment, and class name is data type text. Now call this create tables function in onCreate with create database. So call here create tables. Now run the app and see the result. Now our app is loaded successfully and our SQLite database is created successfully. Now check the database. So go to the files and select the Androids and select data, and your project project is SQLite database, and go to the files, documents and database, and here is our database file mydb. This is our SQLite database mydb. So we have successfully created our first SQLite database in Android Studio. Now insert data and images in SQLite database. First create a activity. So right click here and new activity and select here empty views activity and give the name student and click on finish. Now go to the layout and here is our activity student.xml. Now add some control here. Now add a edit text and give the name edt name, and one more edit text, give id edt address, and one more edit text, give the id edt class and edt age, and an image view and a button for upload image and a button for save data. Now create a function on btn upload, on click upload student image, and add one more function btn click for save data. Now go to the student.kt now add some variables binding activity student binding image byte array db SQLite database my files and msg as string and sid integer, and give the default value 0. Now first establish the connection for SQLite database. my files is equal connection class dot my file, and now set the database. So dv is equal SQLite database dot, and select here open or create database, and pass here my files dot, pass here absolute path, and set the factory null and error handler null. Now pass a message. So msg is equal, first create a val I is equal intent. Now msg is equal I dot get string extra, and pass the name here msg dot to string, and pass here sid student id is equal I dot and pass here get int extra. So get int extra because data type of student id is integer. So pass here sid and set the default value. If value not received, then default value is 0, and pass a condition here when msg suppose value of msg is add, then data will insert. So binding dot ptn sv dot text equal insert data, and if message is edit, if we are editing data, then update data. When editing data, delete button should be visible. So binding dot btn del set visibility is equal dot visible. Visible. For uploading image, first create here activity result launcher. So private wall activity result launcher is equal registered for activity result, and activity result contracts dot start activity for result and result activity result. If result code is okay, then val URI result dot data and select the image. Now upload image. So val my file intent is equal intent intent dot and pass here action get contact. Action get content, this one, right? And my file intent, set the type of data. So select type is equal and data type is image, all type of images, right? And activity result launcher dot launch and pass here my file intent, and this is our activity result launcher. Now create a function here, insert data. So private fun insert data, and first select a variable, create a variables as name, student name is equal, so binding dot e name dot text dot to string, right? And now create a variables student address as address, binding dot edd address, and as class edit text class, as age edd age. Now pass a condition, check if edit text is not empty. So if binding dot edt name dot text dot toString dot is empty. Then and make a toast message, input student name, and pass else if student edt class is empty. Then make a toast message, input class name, and else try and catch here. Exception, and make a toast message here, insert an exception message dot string. Now write the code for inside the try block. Val values is equal content values. So values dot put, and our data field key is student. Our column in database is student name, and pass the value as name, as name, and address address, and pass the value this as address. So as address, and same way insert the value of the class and age. Now insert the image. So values dot put, and our field is student photo, and pass here image byte array. Now dv and our query type insert, and our table is, give the table name here. So our table name is student, and null, and pass the values here, values. Now make a toast message here. Data insert. After the data insert, clean the all edit tags for inserting new data. So make a function here. Make a function here. Fun. Make a clear function here. Private fun CLR and set the all edit tags value clear and set the image view null and byte array null. Now call this clear CLR here after the data inserted. CLR function. Now on in save data, insert data button. So when message, if message is add, then call the function insert data. Now go to the activity main XML and here is a button insert data and create a function add data on main activity. Now go to the main activity and here is a add data function on click button. So val intent is equal intent select this intent this student class.java and pass here so intent dot put extra and set the value of message here msg comma and set the value add start activity intent put extra. So click on add button, load the student activity and set the message value add. So data will inserted. Now run the app and see the result. Now our app is loaded successfully. Now click on insert data and fill the student details. and now insert the image for student. So click on upload image button. Browse the image and select one image, and now insert data. Now insert one more data. And upload an image. Click on upload image and select one image. Now click on insert data. So our message is data inserted. So we have successfully inserted data and image in SQLite database. How to display data in recycler view from SQLite database. So first create a new data class, select Kotlin class and select this data class and give the name here dataset, and now declare variable here now add an activity for holding recycler view. So right click here, add, and go to activity and empty use activity and give the name here list activity and click on finish. Now go to the layout of list activity and add a text box and a recycler view. Add a recycler view and give the name item list and add a text view, give the name, give the text student list. Now add a layout for recycler view. So right click here and new layout resource file and give the name here item and select here card view and click OK. Now add a layout here. So choose constant layout. So add a image view and a text view, name, address, class and age, and a text view, give the name, TV name, and text view, give the name, TV address, and a text view, give the name TV class, and a text view, give the name TV age. Now create a recycler view adapter. So right click here and new Kotlin class and give the name here ITM adapters. Hit the enter and Extend this as a recycler view adapter and declare a item list, array list, dataset. Now add a on-click listener on the items. Create an item holder and pass a reference for recycler view and give the reference of item name. And set the on click on adapter position. Now on the create view holder, and on function get item count, return the item list dot size. And on the function on bind holder, now go to the list activity and first declare here binding variables, binding activity list binding, and a reference for database. Create a variable db SQLite database and for my files and contacts. Now initialize the variables. My files is equal connection dot my file and get the db reference, create open and create database, and context is equal this and binding dot item list dot layout manager. Now create a array list. So declare here first array list. So declare the variables here. Let init var item array list dataset, and now item array list is equal array list of. Now create a function for displaying data. So private fun show data list and surround with try catch. So create a cursor here, wall cursor, and pass the query SQL query. Select from student. Select all student from student, and if cursor dot count over than 0, then cursor dot move to next and pass the value for variables. So SID student ID cursor dot get int, because student ID data type is integer and name is data type string. So pass, so right here get string and index number is 1 and address index number is 2, and now get the byte array image byte array. Now call this show data function in onCreate. So call here show data list. Now go to the main activity and go to the edit data and wall intent and this list activity class Java and start activity as your intent. Now go to the student activity. Now go to the student activity and pass the value sid I dot get string and if message is equal edit, then sb save button dot tags is equal update data. And now add update data. So update the data, create a function update data and pass the value in content values. Now you can delete the data. So click create a function del data and write a query here db.delete and pass the sid where clause student id is equal sid. Cursor dot close. Now run the app. So app is running. First insert some data here. And click on insert data. Now add one more record here. And save data. Now go back and click on edit update data. So click here. Now our recycler view displaying. Now click on the record and go to your data. Now you can update and delete. So now update data and go back. Now click on delete and you can delete this data. Now clarification for some topics. When user click on the edit button, then list activity will display, and this is list activity, and show data list function will run, and when user, and this data will be displayed at recycler view. If there are no images, then empty byte, then pass the empty bytes for the image. Otherwise this will raise an error. So declare var x byte array and pass this empty byte. When user will click on items on recycler view, and on item click listener will raise. Now go to the student activity and pass the data, put extra message is equal and pass the SID, student ID, SID. And now go to the student activity and here on create we will receive the MSG and SID value, and if MSG is equal edit, then save button tags is equal update data, and delete button dot visibility is equal visible, and pass the function show data, and here is the function show data. So pass the query, select from student where student ID is SID, and where we get SID from the list activity here, and now display data on the student activity for editing or deleting. Now you can delete the data. So for deleting data, pass the simple query dv.delete and student, and which record will delete it, where the student ID is equal SID. That's simple. And this is the code for update data. So you can update the record. So pass the query where tv.update, and which data will we update, where student ID is equal SID. Now run the app. Now app is running. When the main activity run, database will be create or open. If already created, then database will open. Now you can insert the data here. So insert data, click on insert data, and you can insert data here. Now you can edit and update data. So first display the data in the list. So click on edit and see the list of our data. So click here, and here is a list of our student, and now you can edit or delete this data. Suppose click on here, and here is the we display the data for updating, so we can update or delete. So suppose delete the data here, and now click on edit. Our record is deleted. So thank you for watching this video.